What's up, guys? It is Friday, November 28th, just a little bit after noon here, and we finally made it back up to the farm. This will be my first sit since missing a really mature 8-pointer with my bow. Meh. I was on my way up for that hunt, and I had to slam on the brakes, heard my bow case hit the front of my box, and I didn't even think to shoot it. Come to find out, it's shooting about 3.5 foot high. The hex bolt that holds the vertical adjustment for my sight was just loose enough, apparently, and that cost me a good one. But we are back with the rifle in hand. We did go out, bought a Traditions Nitro Fire as well to carry over into muzzleloader season here if nothing happens. But really right now, we're kind of looking for Romer bucks. I was passing a really good buck during bow season. We think he just needs one more year, but that was awesome. I actually had him 4 times within 20 yards. So super cool to see a deer like that. But at this point, what we're getting on camera on the farm, all those deer are around that 4.5 range. So give them another year. But we got the food where we're going tonight. We're going to be going across the road. We'll be sitting on a stand that's by a pond, which is probably froze over by now, but the food's there. Always holds a lot of deer late season, and fingers crossed, hopefully we can get one of these good Romer bucks coming in off the neighbors and we can get it done.
Alrighty, we are finally back in the stand, November 28th. Unfortunately, couldn't get into the stand clean on the first sit here tonight. I had 6 or 7 does bedded about 30 yards in the CRP from this enclosed blind that's overlooking some standing beans and corn. Nothing you can do about it. I mean, they were going to be there no matter what time I got in here. Got in at about 1:30. I was running a little late, but we are in. We already have deer down at the east end of the field here feeding in those standing beans and corn. But taking a more passive approach here on this first night. Obviously, cameras only tell part of the story unless you got a cam where these deer are coming out. You never know what's in the field, so just gonna kind of see what pops out here tonight, see if there's any Romer bucks in here. Obviously, still after that big one that's across the road, but I'm saving that spot for tomorrow when the snow hopefully cools off right at dark. Temps are gonna drop out. They gotta hit food, so fingers crossed, and we'll see what happens. I cannot tell what that one buck is. He's about 400 yards right now, but much bigger body than the deer he's around. I can see a rack, I just can't tell exactly what it is. It looks like a bunch of turkeys are piling in there now too, so usually that ends up getting them down here, so hopefully we'll get a better look at them. surrounded deer right now. I can't even turn the main camera around and get it on my face. But may have had a possible shooter down at the far end of that field. Looked like a mainframe 10, but doesn't look like the one that we've been seeing on camera. This deer was wider and in depth of mass than the other one. That one's got a little tighter rack, but there was also another really, really big body deer down there. And I just got a glimpse of his rack, but there was rack there for 400 yards. You can see it pretty clearly. It was just through the trees, so I couldn't quite tell. Hoping that one body crossed over. He's kind of working this way, but he's over the ridge. And I'm hoping he shows himself again. I'm just a little closer. It'd be awesome. But I got deer on the other side of the pond. I got deer behind me in the corner, if you know. And yeah, we're in the spot. I feel like. Just need to that buck or this other one that's down there to come a little closer. He's right in the corner of the beans right now. We got about 30 minutes of daylight left. Wow. I'm shaking so bad. Oh my gosh. That deer had me doing 360s in this blind like you won't believe. Oh my gosh. Wow, he came out on the way I walked in. And I didn't put the pieces together. He was in the corn head down. And I could tell he had a thick chest. His neck merged with his body real nice. And by the time I realized it wasn't the 10-pointer I thought it was, he was on a trot right towards the corn here. I was surrounded by probably 35 deer right there. And I'm lucky this corn's so loud because the stand has been creaking left and right. Let me turn around this chair. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you. First day up here. I plan to sit all dang week. And that deer steps out. You gotta be kidding me. Man, this means so much. Thank you to everyone who's made this possible. That might be my biggest buck of my life right there. And he has a kicker on his G2. That's the only reason I knew it wasn't that 10 that Greg had seen up here before. That was the only reason I caught a glimpse of it in the corn finally. And I thought I saw it when he was jogging in, but I just couldn't get the main camera on him. My first buck on this farm, and it's a slammer. I couldn't feel my fingers. I was trying to grab my hand warmers just so I could feel a little bit. That's just taking the spot for my top whitetail hunt, and I haven't even got my hands on him yet. Oh, just a one and done. Couldn't have worked out better. I've been up since 2 p.m. yesterday. I've been drinking a rain just to stay awake out here. And that was the most unbelievable deer movement I could have asked for right there. That was unbelievable. Oh, what a night. What a night. November 28th, I believe. November 28th, man. That's what it's all about. I have hunted hard this year. I came up here during bow season, during the rut. I missed a really, really mature 8-pointer. 30 yards. And heartbreaker, no doubt, and to get revenge on a bigger buck. My first time back since I sit in that morning. Thank you again to everyone who makes this possible. This means the world to me, seriously. Oh man. And that will be a wall mounter without a doubt. Yes. Alright, I'm gonna get down. I'm not even gonna go get him yet. I am going to go get the stuff and come back out to the field. I lied. I gotta call somebody.
So,
Big buck down, dude.
the gun?
Yeah,
I'm not going.
gun. I took the rifle. I went across the road. Mainframe 10. He's got a kicker off his G2. I think he's my biggest buck. So I kept looking back there, and all of a sudden I turned around, and this deer finally lifted its head from the corn. He was there for probably a good 5 minutes before I finally realized what he was. I had to scoot the chair, sit up on my knee, because he was so close. It wasn't,
Yeah.
he was so close. I had to shoot down over the blind. I'm gonna say 35 yards.
Really?
Yes, dude. Oh my God. I'm shook up. I'm shook up, buddy. I'll send you vids. I'll send you the kill shot here. I'm just taking a second to cool down before I get down. There's still deer in the field.
Yeah.
So I'm
I'd
gonna be...
say.
All
Make
right.
sure you unload your gun so you don't shoot something else.
It's unloaded, bud.
Or yourself.
It's unloaded. Don't you worry.
Okay.
All right, talk to you later, buddy.
Later.
Alrighty. Let's go do this. We got Chris and Garrett here, the reinforcements.
Happy to help. Happy to help.
So let's see. He was right about in here when I shot him. He was dumping. I was kind of curious what his blood trail was. I was trying to find him in the camera at this point, so I know he came up and then went towards the power pole. Oh, here he is.
Find any blood yet?
He must,
There he is. There he is.
You wanna hold this one, Chris?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a decent sized body, huh?
Get behind him. Man. What a buck, man. Thank you guys for being here. No, seriously.
you bet. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
It's a hell of a buck.
Wow. Yeah, and I think he busted a little of that. I think he had another kicker there. It looks like he been chipped off there too. That's a slammer. Wow. Alrighty guys, here he is, and man, what a buck. I know it's always said pictures don't do the deer justice, but on this one it truly does not. I was sending some pictures off to my buddies, and they're friends that know deer. They can get a pretty good estimate based off a picture on a score, and most of them were about 10 inches short on this buck. Put the tape to him, 168 and 2/8. And if he had the rest of his brow, this other little kicker off his G2, and then that right G4, it would have been about that 172 to 173 range. Just an awesome buck though. 6-inch mass measurements at his bases, and 206 pounds field dressed. Could not be more proud of this buck. Just wanted to say thank you again to everyone involved. Was even able to get in contact with the neighbor. He shared a bunch of trail cam pics with me of this buck, and you know, just learning the history about him. We're guessing 5 or 6 years old, and he acted like it. I looked back at the footage here, and this was the buck that was at the east end of the field. He's got a little wound on his right leg. Looks like he was shot by a gun or a bow. Kind of hard to tell, but that deer at the east end earlier in the night did have a limp on one of the front legs, I could tell. And with that being said, he acted like a 5 or 6 year old. What he did actually, which I'm still pretty amazed by it, is he dropped off that field once the sun set and covered 500 to 600 yards and popped out past me and worked all the way back, you know, just scent checking the whole field before he came down. He didn't just work down the field like all the other deer did. So that just really goes to show how smart these old deer are. And I'm super, super proud to take them. This is my first buck up here at the farm, and it's going to be a tough one to top, no doubt about that. But again, thank you to everyone, Chris and Garrett for helping me drag them, Ricka for taking pictures, and all the neighbors. that I met up with last night and celebrated with. So special shout out to Jason. We were up in the shed until 6 a.m. So we took full advantage of the night with this buck. And yeah, that wraps my 2025 deer season up. And again, couldn't be more proud of him. And thank you to everyone that makes this possible.